Facing fear. Coco Gauff's shocking confession before major matches. Relatable moments of fans. There are champions, the ones who dominate the court with power, precision, and confidence so overwhelming it feels unreal. And then there are humans, the ones who tremble, break, worry, doubt, and fight battles the world cannot see. Coco Gauff is both. She is a fierce competitor, a generational talent, a global icon. But beneath the spotlight, behind the trophies, beneath the layers of strength and fame, lies a young woman who feels fear just like everyone else. And recently, she made a confession so honest, so relatable, and so deeply human that it shocked the entire tennis world, while comforting millions of fans who struggle with anxiety, pressure, and self-doubt. This is the full story of Coco Gauff's revelation. The story of the fears she battles before stepping into her biggest matches, the emotional truths she finally shared, and the millions who saw themselves in her vulnerability. The confession that shook the tennis world. It happened during an interview ahead of a major tournament. Reporters expected the usual answers: talk of preparation, confidence, game plans, strategies. But Coco offered something different, something raw, something real. She took a deep breath, looked directly into the cameras, and said, "Before every big match, I get scared." The room went still. Cameras paused. Reporters blinked. This wasn't just surprising. It was shocking. Coco, the unstoppable champion, the fearless fighter, the queen of comeback moments, felt fear? Yes. And she wasn't done. She continued, "I get nervous. I doubt myself. Sometimes my heart beats so fast I feel like I can't breathe." Her honesty was disarming, vulnerable, and deeply relatable. Because behind her power, behind her speed, behind her victories, the world finally saw Coco the human, the pressure behind the powerful forehand. The truth is simple. Coco Gauff is one of the most watched athletes of her generation. She carries the expectations of millions, the weight of national pride, the scrutiny of critics, the comparisons to past legends, the dreams of young players, the pressure of being a role model. But before every match, before the crowd chants her name, before the cameras zoom in, she is a human being standing in a silence only she can hear. She confessed, "I'm afraid of disappointing people, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of failing in front of the world." And every fan who has ever felt scared of messing up, of being judged, of letting someone down, of not being good enough, felt an emotional jolt of recognition. Coco wasn't just speaking as a champion. She was speaking as one of us. Her rituals, how Coco battles the fear. In her confession, Coco revealed something even more intimate, her pre-match rituals. And instead of sounding like the routine of a superstar, they sounded like the routine of a young woman trying to keep herself grounded. 1. She talks to herself. Coco admitted, "I tell myself, you're okay, you're ready, just breathe." Sometimes she repeats it over and over. Sometimes she whispers it. Sometimes she says it out loud in the locker room where no one can hear. It's self-love disguised as self-survival. 2. She prays. Coco shared that before every major match, she takes a moment to close her eyes and pray. Not to win, not for luck, but for strength. "I ask for calm, not victory," she said quietly. It's a ritual that grounds her, reminding her that she is more than the pressure of a scoreboard. 3. She breathes until her heart slows. Deep breathing, long inhales, slow exhales. It's a technique athletes, performers, and everyday people use when anxiety threatens to spiral. Coco uses it too. "Sometimes my hands shake," she admitted. "But after a few breaths, I feel my courage coming back." Millions who deal with anxiety every day felt understood in that moment. For she visualizes not winning but trying, while others visualize victory. Coco does something different. She imagines effort. She imagines heart. She imagines peace. "I imagine myself fighting, not always winning, but fighting." And that is what makes her a true champion. The most emotional moment, what she told her parents. Coco revealed that before some matches, especially finals, she messages her parents. And her message isn't, "Watch me win," or "I'm ready," or "I got this." No, she writes, "I'm nervous. Please pray for me. Her parents respond with simple words. You're already enough. We believe in you. You don't have to be perfect. No matter what, we're proud. And Coco said something that broke fans' hearts. When I read their messages, I cry a little, then I feel stronger. Because love, real love, doesn't erase fear. It helps you move through it. Why her confession means so much. Coco Gauff's revelation didn't shock the world because she feels fear. It shocked the world because she admitted it. Athletes are often expected to be superheroes. Untouchable, unbreakable, unfazed. But Coco shattered that illusion. She gave the world permission to be human, to be scared, to tremble, to worry, to doubt, and still show up, and still fight, and still chase your dreams. Fans across the world shared messages like, I thought I was the only one who gets nervous like that. If Coco feels fear and still plays like that, maybe I can face my fears too. This made me feel seen. A champion opened up, and the world healed a little, the human behind the highlight reels. People love Coco for her. Blazing speed, explosive forehands, fearless comebacks, championship mentality, charisma, and humility. But now they love her for something else. Her truth, her vulnerability, her honesty, her willingness to say, I'm scared too. This makes her relatable not only to athletes, but to students taking exams, performers stepping on stage, workers facing pressure, parents trying their best, people struggling with anxiety, kids trying to be perfect, anyone who has ever whispered, what if I fail? Coco's confession connected her to the world in a way trophies never could. The victory after fear. Here's the incredible part. Even though she feels fear, she walks onto the court anyway. She plays with intensity. She fights with fire. She rises under pressure. She turns doubt into power. In her own words, courage is not being scared. Courage is being scared and doing it anyway. One fan wrote, Coco doesn't just play tennis. She makes people feel strong. Another said, I cried hearing her talk about panic before matches. I feel that way before school. Thank you, Coco, for being real. People who had never picked up a tennis racket suddenly felt connected to her. That is the power of vulnerability. Conclusion, the champion who showed her heart. Coco Gauff's shocking confession didn't expose weakness. It revealed greatness. She showed, fear doesn't make you weak. Doubt doesn't make you flawed. Pressure doesn't make you broken. Anxiety doesn't make you less. Vulnerability makes you powerful. Tonight, Coco didn't just admit she feels fear. She proved that fear doesn't define her. Her story reminded millions. You can feel afraid and still show up, still try, still fight, still win, still shine. Coco Gauff is proof that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the triumph over it. And that is why her confession is not just shocking, not just emotional, not just relatable. It is unforgettable. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.